Have you checked out all the new handicappers at Wager Talk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at Wager Talk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to wagertalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.
Welcome in, and a very happy Wednesday to you. I am not Andrew McGinnis, but he is definitely still Carmine Bianco, I can tell by the hair. Welcome in, and thanks for hanging out with us. It is puck time here on the Wager Talk TV network, and Andrew's under the weather here today, so I'm going to pinch hit for him, and we're going to rattle through these 4 games on the card tonight. And the one and only Mr. Carmine Bianco is going to just be, it's like making it rain, Carmine. You're just going to be cashing tickets left and right here, my friend, tonight. I know it. And how was last night for you? I understand we had a little animosity on the show yesterday between you and Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew and I, Andrew is under the weather. The Prez could not make it today. So thank you to Joe for stepping in, so we didn't have to cancel today's show, or you guys didn't have to look at just my face that was made for radio as the only one on the show today. Yeah, I'm fine with insulting myself. Yesterday was my first losing night in 2.5, almost 3 weeks in the NHL. Colorado Avalanche looked terrible, and Nashville got it done in overtime. Unfortunately, I had them in regulation time, so that doesn't really help there. But 35-11 NHL run, so I'm still pretty happy with that. And yeah, Andrew, congratulations to him, not on getting sick, but on hitting his 5% play with Calgary and Florida. That went over the total of 6.5. I think he didn't want to come on, Joe, because we went mano on 2 games yesterday. He liked Pittsburgh. I liked Carolina. Carolina won. He liked the LA Kings. I liked the Seattle Kraken. I said it, the famous line from Clash of the Titans, release the Kraken. And boy, the Kraken released it last night, scoring pond hockey, 9-8 game. They outscored some NFL teams from last weekend. I got to tell you, man, that team is scoring goals. They're playing some exciting hockey. How long it lasts, I don't know. But I want to say this to you guys in the chat, which I appreciate you guys always coming on and hitting that like button, is 4 games on today's card. I'm going to rattle off picks. Joe's going to throw them to me. Every play I give out on the show is either going to be one of my client plays or a play that I like that could have been a client play. So if you see I have a hockey package up, don't buy it. How's that for a sales pitch? Because I'm giving them to you today for free.
See, gotta love that here, Carm. You're right. Hell of a football game there last night. For a minute there, I thought it was the Denver Broncos playing, but then I realized that's way too many points for the Broncos. Let's start off, if we can, here in New York. I believe we're going to go, or rather, north of New York, there over the border in Ottawa, as the Rangers taking on the Senators here. I believe a slight rest advantage here for Ottawa, right? They've had a couple of days off. The Rangers just won. I don't know. Is it Talbot and Shesterkin? I don't know if they've announced the goalies yet, but New York has been hot trash. 4 out of the last 12. That's all. They just lost their 4th in a row. Carm, what do you do with this Rangers squad here? If they can't beat Ottawa, where are we going here with this team?
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing for this. We're still waiting for the Rangers to get playing. Colorado, we talked about Colorado, and that cup hangover is done with them, and they're winning games, other than last night, of course. But the Rangers still haven't picked it up. They're not playing well defensively, and unfortunately, it then falls on Shesterkin, and he just hasn't had his A game as of yet. They did play a very good game I thought they played a good game against the Devils, but end up on the wrong end of that in the end. A great start, but the Devils just keep on, much like the Boston Bruins, just keep on rolling. The Bruins 19-3 now. The Devils 19-4. These teams just don't want to lose, both those teams. So I'm kind of looking at that loss, as hard as it seems, as a spot where it signals that this team might be a little bit better. You guys know that I like the angle of going against a team coming off a Western road trip, and that's where the Ottawa Senators are right now. Even though they've had a couple days off, 4-game Western road trip, return home, and while they got the win over the Ducks and the Kings to close out that trip, it wasn't the greatest of trips, losing to the Sharks 5-1 and then to Vegas 4-1. You're getting a small price on the Rangers here. I think it's a buy low spot on them. This is actually a client play of mine, so that's the first of the plays that I like today, and I'm going to take the Rangers here. It's got to be Shesterkin in goal. You've got to stick with the guy and hope that this team turns around, but you're getting a buy low price in probably what could be a get well spot for the New York Rangers. So give me the Rangers minus 130 today.
It's interesting. Rangers, last 12 games, they've only managed to score more than 3 goals in 3 of those 12 games. So that total at 6.5, Carm, it better be a get right. So who the hell's going to score here? Because the Rangers can't seem to score lately, but that should be an interesting one here tonight. We'll move on to game number 2 here. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be an awful lot of fun, too. As I believe we're going to Detroit. Is that where we're going, Will? If we're, or Buffalo. Yeah, we go. Yeah. Buffalo at Detroit here. Buffalo, as I believe, well, they haven't been very good here, Carm, have they? It's been a rough stretch here for the Buffalo Sabres. Detroit, not a whole lot better, but another big total here. But a pretty affordable price either way. I know you love your Sabres, but do you love them here tonight against Detroit?
I always love the Sabres. No, but seriously, though, if Johnny Detroit's watching this game right now, he's going to get pissed off at me. Listen, I thought the Wings might give the Leafs some trouble the other night, because the Leafs tend to play down to their opponents, but the Leafs just continue to win games. But Detroit came off a nice little stretch themselves, albeit not against the greatest of opponents, beating Arizona, Columbus, and the San Jose Sharks. On that 4-game win streak, came back down to earth against the Leafs, and this could turn into one of those shooting fests, because the Sabres can score goals as well too. 6-5 last time out at home, losing in overtime to Tampa Bay. I had the over in that game. I really thought it was a good one. I see some goals here tonight as well too. You look at the Sabres, 3 of their last 4 games, 5 against Tampa, 6 against St. Louis, 7 against the Montreal Canadiens. So they are scoring goals, and Detroit's got plenty of talent there as well too. But other than the over, which is kind of shaded to the under right now, it's pretty much split between the 6.5. I like a shot prop in this, because if you expect goals, the shot props are good. And you guys know I love that Rasmus Dahlin Sabres shot prop, and he's at 2.5. The juice has come back down again on him after a couple. I think he had gone 4 or 5 in a row under the shot prop, and then last time out against the Tampa Bay Lightning, 5 shots on goal for him. So that's the play in this game, I think. Rasmus Dahlin over 2.5 shots on goal, and you lay a little bit of juice on this one.
Sabres 11-4 to the over in the last 15. It's safe to say nobody gives up more goals than Buffalo does here, Carb. My goodness, that total hovering around 6.5. Still not sure if we have any idea who's going to be in goal for the Sabres, but probably won't matter in this one here. Yeah. And yes,
it could very well be. Yeah, it could very well be because Luukkonen was in goal against Tampa Bay, so it'll likely be 41-year-old Craig Anderson. 41 for a goalie. It's amazing. I thought the only guys that were the Italian goalkeepers that lived past the age of 40 and still had a career in goal.
Let me just go ahead and get the over bet in there. Now, Buffalo's got Colorado, I believe, tomorrow, so it'll be interesting. And though all of a sudden Colorado can't score goals either. All right, Sabres, Detroit, we will move on to Toronto as they are taking on the San Jose Sharks. $3 favorite here, Carm. Another total right around the 6.5. And boy, oh boy, San Jose Sharks, it's been a rough little stretch for them as well. 7 of their last 10, I believe, is what Toronto has won. So they've got it going, but it's not exactly been great competition. It's not great competition here either tonight. So how are you leaning in this one?
Yeah, when we talked about the Leafs going into that game against Detroit, we talked about the Leafs historically playing down to their opponents, and then they play their good opponents well. That really hasn't been the case this year with this Leafs team. They're playing well. This is a different. While the lineup might look the same, they're playing a style that's a little different than last year. And last year, they weren't really getting. Early on, they got some goaltending, but throughout the mid part of the season, they relied on having to outscore teams. They don't need to do that right now because they're getting some good goaltending. Matt Murray, since coming back from the injury list, is 5-1, with the only loss being a 3-2 loss to the aforementioned New Jersey Devils, who just can't seem to lose a game. So he's 5-1, and the Leafs have gone under the total for the last 5. Now, does that mean I want to take the under here? I probably won't. But there's a couple of ways of looking at this. I would probably look at the Leafs puck line. I think it gets there. I think the Sharks don't get that much out of this one, and this one is, you're laying minus 120 with the Leafs if you're laying the goal and a half. The regulation line is way too high. It's at minus 175, and it's probably going to hit 190 by game time, just because I expect the Leafs to get a lot of the action here. So I would lean on the Leafs puck line here, lay 20 cents in juice. This one looks like one of those 4-1 type games as well.
And for you Leaf fans out there, you no doubt know Mitch Marner going for a record here tonight, Carm. I believe tying the record for 17 straight games now. He's had a point. He's going for number 18, which would tie it. So a little something extra going on here to play tonight. 6 goals, 17 assists in that streak that he's got here. So Toronto taking on San Jose, 7 o'clock. The puck will drop on that one. We got one more game here tonight, and that's going to involve the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Edmonton Oilers here tonight. $2 favorite is what we've got Edmonton at here. 6 is the total. This will be the late game on this one, Carm. What do you think? Is there any way on this God's green earth that you would look at the dog in this spot?
No, I have to believe. No, can't do it. Can't do it. I have to believe. In all honesty, like I talked about at the beginning of the season, the Blackhawks got off to a decent start. I think they were 4-2 after their first 6 games. I said at some point, regression is going to kick in. This is a team that's going to finish at or near the bottom of the NHL standings, along with the Philadelphia Flyers. And they'll get into full tank mode, and they should be into full tank mode. I know it's hard to say. It's hard to imagine a team is losing games on purpose, and I'm not saying they are, but the sweepstakes are Connor Bedard. Everyone wants Connor Bedard, and you've got to be losing. And what have the Blackhawks done since that 4-2 start? They've gone 2-13. 2-13. This team cannot win a game. If the Oilers lose tonight, they've got to be embarrassed, and there got to be some changes there. But the Oilers have a couple good wins over the Rangers, over the Panthers as well too. So you don't want to take your foot off the pedal. Go in there, score early, score often, and I think the puck line is the right play here. And this is likely going to be a client play as well too, although it's not loaded as of yet. But you can get plus 110 on laying a goal and a half with the Edmonton Oilers, and I believe that's the right play there. Interesting enough, the goalies in this game should be Campbell and Mrazek, who were the 2 goalies for the Toronto Maple Leafs last season. So a battle of the Maple Leaf castoffs.
Yeah, and last time these two teams met too, that was a pretty out of control game. So we'll see. There's no confirmation that Campbell is going here tonight for the Oilers, but obviously keep that in mind as it moves along. They are just the Blackhawks, 2 wins in their last 15 games. Youch, and they can't even win at home, which is even worse. So 4 games here on the card tonight, but Remind the folks here, Carm, before we get to some of your best bets here. Remind the folks what you got going over at wagertalk.com this week and how they can take advantage of what's up, locked and loaded for you across all the sports.
All right, yeah, that 30-day pass, $100 off a 30-day all access is still around. Past 30, you can get 30 days for $199. There still is the soccer buy 1 month, get 1 month free. Also $199, you can get that. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to have some NFL up shortly. We have some World Cup plays that are being loaded, but the packages will be up shortly. And of course, there's going to be an NHL package loaded. But as I said, I've told you guys who I like. The Rangers are a client play. The Edmonton Oilers will likely be a client play as well, too, laying the puck line. And then I'll see whether I add the Leafs puck line and Rasmus Dahlin. But those are the 4 plays I obviously like. And as far as my show best bet, guys, it'll just be myself. I'm not putting Joe on under the light here to give us a best bet, but I am going with the New York Rangers minus. I'm going with the Rangers minus 130 as your show's best bet. Hopefully, this is a get well spot for them. Ottawa off a 4-game West Coast road trip, and we'll see if we can take advantage of that and get the Rangers in a get well spot tonight. Hopefully, that does happen, guys. I know it's a short show, only 17 minutes. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully Andrew's feeling well enough tomorrow, but Brian Leonard will be back in his seat tomorrow on Puck Time. Hit that like button, and we appreciate you guys tuning in, and best of luck with your wagers today and tonight.
You guys have no idea how lucky you are the Prez wasn't here. No idea how lucky you guys are. Appreciate it, guys. Best of luck with your plays tonight. Enjoy. Thanks, Carm.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at Wager Talk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at Wager Talk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to wagertalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.